What up? Welcome. Jerry Jones says the reason the Cowboys will win a Super Bowl is because of Dak Prescott. That's not true. Dak Prescott is a good quarterback, Perloff. Dak Prescott is a good, beyond serviceable, not quite elite, but a very good, maybe at times great quarterback. But that is not the reason why the Cowboys will win the Super Bowl. If the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl, whether it's this year, and you know what? Whether it's next year, it's going to be because of their defense and the run game. And Dak Prescott making timely throws, managing that offense, maybe being able to use his legs every now and then, that is going to help this team. But the reason that they would win the Super Bowl is because of the defense and the run game, and Dak Prescott would be third on the list.
So let's define our parameters here. How many quarterbacks are there that are the reason their team would win the Super Bowl?
Probably 5 or so.
So we're talking Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, maybe a couple other guys. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers.
I think Aaron Rodgers, they still get that treatment.
Yeah, but we know there's way more than 6 teams that can win the Super Bowl. So I'm not sure. I think Jerry Jones is supporting his guy, but I think the real question is not are they going to win because of him, but can they win a Super Bowl with him? I think if he's good enough to win a Super Bowl with, they should be paying him $40 million a year. Because what are their options? He's 29. They're not going to get a high draft pick.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to sign a free agent. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going there. I don't think Lamar Jackson's going there. So if you're Jerry Jones, what else are you going to say? This is your guy. You have to go behind him, right? And he's plenty good enough to get him where they want to go.
He's plenty good enough. Think about what you said. He's plenty good enough. Yes, Dak Prescott's plenty good enough, and I'll agree with you. What's great about this Dallas Cowboys team, though? What's the thing that could separate them from the rest of the league? The defense has a chance. Now, the defense didn't play great against the Green Bay Packers. Right. You can't allow 17 straight points. They had a bad fourth quarter and overtime. The offense probably didn't help them out. We know they didn't help them out. Weren't able to convert on their overtime attempts. So, okay, defense didn't have a great game. But the defense has a chance to be elite. The run game has a chance to be, I don't know if elite is the right word, but has a chance to be one of the most effective. Hell, Zeke wasn't even available for the game. Tony Pollard is a great running back. This is the way they scheme up. Like, that's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And Dak Prescott is good. So if you're telling me what could
sounds like a great formula to me. I think this is all sunny for Dallas.
It does sound like a good formula, and that's why I said the Dallas Cowboys are a rocket ship. But I don't put Dak Prescott as 1 or 2. And I'm not saying that's like an indictment on him. That's just the truth about the Dallas Cowboys. So what Jerry is saying is trying to sell his fan base on something that just isn't true. It doesn't mean you can't get there, but Dak Prescott's not going to be leading the team. He's not going to be the reason why, like Patrick Mahomes is the reason why the Chiefs won a Super Bowl.
So a couple things. Tony Pollard and the run game is good, but it's not like Tony Pollard is...
No, he's not Derrick Henry. I get it.
He's not Derrick Henry. And the defense still TBD. To say that they're the doomsday defense reincarnated, they haven't quite proven that. Let's see over a longer course.
I didn't say they were an all-time great defense.
No,
but
they
have a chance to be elite.
To win a Super Bowl, they have to. They probably have to be pretty elite. Yes. I agree with you. But I don't think when you're looking at team building, I don't know. There's one Patrick Mahomes. There's maybe 2, and Josh Allen's the second one. I think if you're Dallas, this is an all right formula. I think everything you described can work for them. I think Dak, first of all, lost a lot of his receivers, so this year it's going to be a little tough. Let's take the Packers game.
Okay.
Through 2 interceptions. The announcers were very clear on the first one that the guy ran the wrong route. Yeah, right. And it turns out on the second route, probably CeeDee Lamb was not where he was supposed to be. Because Dak was just threw it straight to the defensive player. Something went wrong. It wasn't like he made a bad read. He just threw it because the guy, CeeDee Lamb, was supposed to go flat and curved out his pattern probably on CeeDee Lamb. So, I don't know. I watched that game and I watched Aaron Rodgers versus Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott seemed fine to me. Played well enough to win the game.
So those interceptions, too, both came in the first half. Even though Green Bay ends up scoring touchdowns after them, there should have been enough time to make up for those kind of mistakes. There clearly was. What really got them was third down. Third down for the Cowboys, if it's not 3rd and 1, where they do a quarterback sneak as good as anybody in the league. They were perfect 3 for 3 on quarterback sneaks on third down. But when it's 3rd and long or 3rd and medium, and they have to throw the ball, they were terrible against the Green Bay Packers. They could not sustain drives, and that's what we we saw in the fourth quarter and overtime. Now, to be fair to Dak Prescott, they actually have been a good third down team. They've been a much better red zone team ever since he came back. However, they were playing Detroit and Chicago, so I don't know how much we want to put into those numbers, but they've been a much better red zone team and a better third down team. In this game against the Packers, when they did actually face a good quarterback and a good defense, despite the fact the Packers had lost Rashawn Gary, on third down, they were not good.
So the Packers, not only the Packers not scored 30 all season, they had scored, this is their score totals in the previous games before the Cowboys. They scored 9 against the Lions, 17 against the Bills, 21 against Washington, 10 against the Jets. The Packers couldn't score on anyone. So you look at that game, 31-28. The problem is not Dak Prescott. The problem is all of a sudden the defense had a meltdown against a terrible offense, one of the worst offenses in the league. So this is on the defense. I can't walk away from that and blame Dak Prescott. But I think we're getting too caught up in that. The question really is Dak Prescott a Super Bowl winning quarterback? No, he's not Patrick Mahomes. I say he is. I say they can build a champion around Dak Prescott. I don't think it's this year because they lost Amari Cooper. Gallup's coming back. I think that the pieces there, Micah Parsons could eventually lead them to a Super Bowl. But with Dak Prescott at quarterback, I don't think it's this year, but I think Dak is fine. And I think they should build around what they have and go from there.
Yeah, but making him like the sun and everyone else are like the planets that revolve around it, I don't think that's right. And I think the Cowboys basically told you as much. You know, they want the sun to be the defense in the run game. And they want Dak to be a planet that revolves around that. Now, listen, he's a good planet. He's got water and trees. I mean, how far do you want me to take this analogy? Life can live on Dak's planet, right?
Should we get Neil deGrasse Tyson on to break down the Cowboys?
It's not a frozen tundra of a windy, lonely, it's not, Saturn or something.
You're getting off track here, yeah.
Anywho.
Is it called Planet Jerry?
Yeah, everything. We're all living on Planet Jerry, unfortunately. But it's not the center of the Cowboys universe. For as good as Dak is, I think even the most diehard Cowboy fan would tell you that's the truth. And there's no harm in it because Dak is good enough to lead a team to be the quarterback of a team that gets to the Super Bowl. I just wouldn't put it as he's leading the team to the Super Bowl. Well, and that's not an indictment on his leadership. You get what I'm saying there, right?
Yeah, but I think it's interesting. A quarterback is leading the team to the Super Bowl by being a leader. So it's more than that. But it's not on his back. I don't see it like Josh Allen, where the Bills' Super Bowl hopes are all on his back. Right. The Bills actually have a good defense. They have good receivers. They have a good line. They do have a run game. They don't choose to use it. They have good coaching, but it's all on Josh Allen. I do not see the Cowboys at all like the Bills, and I don't see Dak Prescott with that kind of pressure that Josh Allen has, that Patrick Mahomes has, hell, that Tua has. I don't think he has that kind of pressure. Well, Tua's got an all-pro team lined up around him.
I know, but I don't think that he...
Put Dak in Miami. Oh, my gosh. Well, can you imagine what he would do?
Put anybody in Miami. Put you and me in Miami. We'd be able to score 30 points.
Yeah. Okay, everything you said is true, but is that a good formula for Josh Allen? The fact that everything is on his back? Maybe having a more well-rounded team here is a good idea. And yeah, I think a lot of teams would like to have a Dak Prescott.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think he's a top 10-ish quarterback.
But to circle back to what you're saying, I don't think anyone thinks he's Mahomes or Josh Allen, but I don't think that's a crime in today's NFL. So I'm not sure what we're arguing about here. I think the question is he worth $40+ million a year? Or the second question is, should the Cowboys at some point think about maybe this isn't the guy to lead it into the Super Bowl?
Well, he's got this year and next year before there is a potential out in his contract. Mm-hmm. So this year and then next year, and then I think it's a big question mark. I mean, is Dak Prescott going to be like Troy Aikman and like Tony Romo, where he's a Dallas Cowboy for his entire career and they give him another big contract?
Probably.
I don't think that's set in stone yet. I think there's still more to...
Like at least get a Romo-like run.
Well, I mean, but how long was Romo's run?
Romo probably started 8 years, I was
going to say about 8 years, something like that.
But actually, probably not even that long. No, or maybe did. Yeah, I think Dak Prescott, I think Jerry Jones, if he's still around, he probably won't be here for that.
Oh boy, terrible. Perloff, come on! Don't ruin the vibe with Jerry's old conversation.
I just think Jerry is loyal to his
quarterback. Is Jerry 80? I feel like he's not 80. We keep saying 80. He's 80.
I think he's 180.
Yeah, right. He's
I think he just turned 80, right? Wasn't that a thing, or am I imagining?
Don't you think he just turned 80?
Yeah,
80's the new 65.
Well, I mean, he could be president, but how long can he own
Yeah.
the Dallas Cowboys?
He's more likely to be president
And we know,
than probably win a Super Bowl.
You heard Jerry's quote. He's loyal to Dak, to the team.
Well, let's play Jerry's quote, actually.
Does
and
it
I
sound
have
like a
heard
man who's about to move on at quarterback? Let's play it.
Is he the separator? Also, that's a lot of words there. Thank you, Sean and RJ, 105.7, The Fan. 5.3, I'm sorry, The Fan in Dallas. They do an excellent job every week getting all this content for us to talk about Jerry Jones. That's just so much talking to just try to explain, hey, Dak's our guy. We think he's great. We think he's going to lead us to a Super Bowl. There was so much more in that. It was like, when you really have to try to convince yourself and you keep talking and talking and talking.
Have you ever seen Jerry Jones after a Cowboys game?
Yeah, I've been in those scrums.
Are you aware of his style? Is there any topic he will not overtalk? You could ask him a question about the kicker and he will go on for 10 minutes.
No, but it didn't even have any Jerryisms in it. You know?
I think Jerry was being nice to his quarterback. The question, he doesn't have to be a separator. You could win a Super Bowl with defense, run game, very good play of the quarterback, great leadership from the quarterback. Now, Dak probably has to step up in the postseason. I'll give you that. But it's not all on him. I think this is a good formula. I think the Cowboys, as a franchise, are actually headed in a good direction. They've drafted really well.
Yep, they have.
They ran into a little bit of a money problem. They probably shouldn't have traded Amari Cooper this year. I think they're regretting that already. But Dak, I don't look at this team and say, Dak is the problem. That at least that's
one
something.
postseason win.
One postseason win. But look at the top 10 highest paid quarterbacks. That's about what they all have. Lamar has what? 2 postseason wins? 1?
Well, but that's also, Dak's not new. His contract's not new. So guys have just come after him, right? Like the next quarterback always gets the bigger contract.
Right. Well,
it's still a lot of money. It's still a lot of your cap.
Yeah, but it's kind of the going rate for quarterbacks. I just saw he's tied for 8th among annual yearly quarterbacks. It's really where it should be, between 8th and 15th.
Yeah.
And 8th now, by the time he gets to the end, he's going to be 20th. Because quarterbacks, that's what you have to pay a quarterback now. It's just a reality.
855-212-4CBS, 855-212-4227. Dak is the separator for the Dallas Cowboys. That's what Jerry said. He's the separator. I don't see it that way. I see the defense and the run game could be the separator. Dak is a very good quarterback, but I don't think he's the reason why you're winning a Super Bowl. Love to hear from you. 855-212-4CBS. Also, Cowboys' schedule is getting a little bit tougher now. It was nice when you get the Detroit Lions, the Chicago Bears at home when Dak comes back from his injury. Then they get the bye week. Obviously, we saw what happened in Green Bay. Now let's see what's coming up. You're at Minnesota. Home for the New York Giants suddenly. That's a tougher game. Then you get a little...
They can't beat the Giants.
They can't beat...
If they can't beat the Giants in Dallas, then there's no reason to take the Cowboys seriously.
I agree with you there. Then they get a little nice patch with the Indianapolis, Houston, Jacksonville, then back on it for Philadelphia, Tennessee, Washington.
Anyone wants to know why the NFC East is dominating this year?
Yes.
It is that AFC South is fueling the best division in football. It's ridiculous. How come everyone thinks the Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, and Commanders are so good? They're not. They're beating up these AFC South teams who are the Jaguars, Texans, Colts. The Titans are pretty good, but even the Titans are not that good. The Titans would not compete well in the NFC. I know. Did they lose to the Giants earlier this year?
They did, on a last-second field goal.
Yeah, I just don't think all these AFC South teams are good, which is funny because now we're talking about 4 NFC East playoff teams. Would that be I don't think it's going to happen.
AFC East and NFC East are the only 2 divisions where every team is 500 or better.
And the AFC East, who are they feasting off in the NFC South, I believe? Who's a total train, or the NFC North?
NFC North,
who's even just as big a train wreck. I mean, look how bad
Minnesota.
Minnesota's good, but look how bad the Packers have been. Look at the Lions and the Bears. All right, that's my rant.
Okay.
Why does it seem like until this week, nobody plays anybody? Everyone's got a soft schedule. And all the good teams play terrible teams. This week is going to be good, though. I'm excited.
You're finally excited. Thank you for watching our video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos like this, just hit the bell.
Yeah, ring the bell.
Just hit the bell.